I got lucky, like, again. Right? That's kind of I keep getting lucky. My warrant was definitely like an ASO guy, like loved the source operations stuff. And so he hooked myself and my Echo up with this program with 5th Group. And 5th Group and 10th Group were based on it, but it was a red cell against the NCCC, Nuclear Command and Control.
Do you want to explain red cell to the audience?
Yeah. So red cell is basically like where, like in this case, we play the bad guys. And we were trying to infiltrate and interdict, national assets. And that type of program is all over the place, and it's typically they'll use special operations. I know SEALs have played this in this same program. And basically, we had to play the role of terrorists or like Russian infiltrators. And the goal was to cause a couple of second hiccup in our nuclear defense. And that was all it would take for Russia to win, a few seconds. So it was a pretty amazing thing, pretty amazing program, eye-opening. It got me a TS clearance as an E6 baby SF guy. And that was huge. Back then, TS clearances were team sergeants and team leaders only. Nowadays, more guys on the team, seniors will have them, and et cetera, et cetera. But back then, E6 with a TS clearance, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 months that we were following, surveilling, chasing these assets. And it was worldwide. And I didn't even know this till we were done. For 6 months, I didn't see any of my teammates. I didn't know them. They were from only dead drops, only a few text messages, but mostly communicating through dead drops, old school tradecraft. So the first month was like a school put on by ASO guys at 5th Group to get us tuned up and ready for it. I had no idea about tradecraft, right? So it was eye-opening. And the reason I think that, they liked me and they, I didn't look like an SF guy. I was still a skinny little runner kid, and I was so young that no one would have ever pegged me as an SF guy back then. And, of course, it was a project team, so we, relaxed grooming standards and all that. So we could, I just went back to playing the part I always knew, bought some cheap camouflage from Walmart, went back to being a redneck, and my cover was solidified. But I'm talking about chasing these assets all over the country. There were days where I thought I would got compromised by their security guys, and I would just leave the rental car, freaking call the rental company, hey, the car broke down, and I'd go get another one, 2 or 3 rental cars a day. And I mean, doing things to gain access to military bases that, no ID card. We had to get out of jail free card when we got arrested or rolled up by MPs or something. But it was an amazing program, eye-opening. I had no idea how the nuclear command and control worked, and it was eye-opening, and all the different assets and planes and trains and trucks and things in this hierarchy that if we did go to nuclear war with Russia, how it worked. And even still, it was very compartmentalized. So what I learned was only a portion of the big picture, but it was amazing. Like I said, didn't know my teammates. I finally met them on the morning of 9/11. We were playing Red Cell against national assets the day we were attacked.
Shit.
So even more funny, it was also the day we were supposed to interdict. So My target was an Air Force general. All I had to do was take a picture of him inside of 400 meters, and it would have counted as a sniper shot. And I had followed him. I had actually lost them. And I was, oh my God, I was the only one on my team that had followed him out of Missouri into Nebraska. What is it? Offutt Air Force Base. Followed him, lost him there. And I just kind of camped out. I got a hotel room and, pretty much just stayed up for 3 days watching the gate. And all of a sudden the convoy left. I was like, sweet, got him. And another time I lost him and in the middle of nowhere flatlands like Nebraska or Oklahoma. And I was just like sitting on top of like an off ramp so I could see for miles. And I was just sitting there. I was like, man, damn it. I'm going to have to let him know I lost him. And I went, dude, like 50 miles away, I see this truck convoy in the middle of the night. And these aren't like black trucks. These are regular trucks, but I could see them. And I was like, looked at my map because there was no Google Maps. Get my maps out and I start looking and I'm like, National Guard base on the road they're on. I just went and waited. And so we got the orders that, hey, we're going to interdict on Saturday morning or whatever. No, Saturday, 9/11. And I was like, okay, well, how am I going to get close to this dude? I crawled on my belly through the concrete little drainage ditch thingy, like all night long, trying to be all, sniper crawl on your belly. And sure enough, man, the sun comes up. I'm watching. I get a glimpse of the general as he moved from where he was staying to their little command post or whatever. And all of a sudden, man, like everything started changing. Like, they got busy. And I'm like, what's going on? And I get my little flip phone vibrates, and it was like, abort, move to such and such, motel, IVO, whatever. I text back, I am not compromised. I'm good to go. Text message said, I say again, abort immediately. Do nothing else but come to this place. Do not make me, like the warrant that was in charge, it was him. And he was like, do not make me tell you anything else again. I'm thinking I'm fucked up. I'm like, what did I do? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. They don't know I'm here. But as I'm watching them, man, the Marines, they had like I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 squad detachment of Marines. And all of a sudden they got magazines in their M16s. The Raven Air Force security guys, they're doing patrols now.
Shit.
And I'm in the freaking grass, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking wearing real tree camouflage and pair of jeans from Walmart. Like, I'm not gillied out, nothing like that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even taking it that serious. I got to get out of jail free card. No, dude, they got live ammo in their shit now because 9/11 had just happened.
And you don't even
I
realize.
had no clue. So what took me like 5 hours of crawling took me only about an hour. I was all scuffed up from crawling on that little concrete and stuff, and get out and go get in the rental car and haul ass back. And dude, there's this like roadside little 1960s, 50s, 1-story motel, and there's like 40 rental cars in the parking lot. I'm like, what in the hell? I pull up, there's the chief. He's like the program manager or whatever. He's like, come on. Roger that. Get in there, dude. And this hotel room is packed full of people. Clearly some are operators. There's females. There's like, what in the hell is all this? Dude, talking about compartmentalization. I had been working with a 4-person cell for 6 months and never met them. Unbeknownst to me, this entire 30-some people had been on that target the whole time.
Wow.
So we want to talk about redundancy. It's amazing. What a cool program. Learned a lot, like I said, and they're on the TVs, the towers, man. It's like, and they're like, yeah, man, we're under attack. And I'm just like, the Marines would have killed me.
Yeah.
Or at a minimum, beat my ass really well.
Yeah.
Who knows what jail I'd have been put in until they finally found my call Colonel such and such. So it was pretty spooky, man. Kind of a cool story of how 9/11 happened. And it was like, okay, what do we do now? Flights are canceled. We've got unit guys that need to get to Bragg. We've got 10th group guys that need to get to Colorado, 5th group guys to get back here. What are we doing? Some people get in their cars and start headed to Bragg. The asset, right? Clearly they all made contact and said, hey, we're the people who have been on you. We're all still here and available to help if you need it. And the colonel basically said, hey, we are en route to, the Cheyenne facility in Colorado. Could you escort us? And we're like, yep. So we all, or most of us, went to Colorado, and then C-17s came and got us, took us all back to wherever we needed to go. And So I'm back at Campbell with the 5th group guys, and they're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, we're going to Afghanistan. What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to go with y'all.